everyone, it's Theresa here of Fleckled Design, and welcome to week 4 in my 2017 Project Life album. And so today I have created my layout digitally. I've created it using Photoshop, and I used the templates that are available from Sahlin Studio. They're called Clean Line Templates number 1. And a couple of days ago I shared with you a little bit of my process in Photoshop for bringing in the photos and the pattern papers into the templates to create my base layout. And then once I have the layout created in Photoshop, I print it out. I print my layouts at home on a Canon Pixma wide format printer. I use Staples brand matte photo paper, and then I set to embellishing on top. And so this is the portion of my process that I'm sharing with you today. I am working with some products from the Freckled Fawn February 2017 kit. I'm also using these chipboard alphas from the Dear Lizzy Lovely Day collection. And you'll also see me using some of the digital elements that are available from Sahlin Studio, and they are part of the Hello sampler kit. Also, the papers, the pattern papers that I have used are part of the Hello sampler kit as well. And there's also a calendar card that is from Sahlin Studio. I just stamped the dates on that card as well. And so I normally start with my date card. I want to get the date and the week number down. Sometimes I have a hard time keeping it straight what what week I'm in or what the dates are. This is the end of January, so the 21st through the 28th or something like that. And then I am going to use the Dear Lizzy chipboard to note the week, and I'm leaving out the E's on this. Sometimes I do that because E's are considered sacred. I use a lot of E's, so sometimes I don't put them in the week word so that I can conserve the E's, especially like with that alphabet set. I know that I'm down to 2 or 3 E's, and usually when the E's are gone, then it's kind of hard to keep using that alphabet set, so I'm trying to conserve a little bit. I'm also going to staple this vellum. Hello. Yay me, I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers staple board here, and it's growing on me. The tool itself is growing on me. It's still hard to position it like here where you can't see the board underneath it to line it up. The magnets are pretty tight once you have that contact. It's just finding that contact point where the magnets will hold on to the magnet underneath that creates a challenge. And sometimes you do have to staple it twice just because, for whatever miscellaneous reason, I don't know. But in the end, it turned out good, and I liked it. I liked using the larger staples this time, and they're turquoise. So that was fun. And I'm going to move around the page here a little bit. I really wanted to use that wood heart from Freckled Fawn, and I'm so glad I did. So one thing that I did when I created this layout is I reserved the larger frames or the larger layers for for photos, and then saved these smaller frames, the 3x4s and I guess they're 2x3 spaces are pattern paper, just for little pops of color and little pops of interest. When I put all the photos into this layout, it is a heavy gray kind of layout, and I've heard other people talk about this too. It's hard right now in the winter months to feel like our layouts are bright and happy because so many of our photos are taken inside and it's darker outside for longer periods of the day. And so it is hard to get brighter photos in the middle of winter. And I totally feel you guys on that. And you can tell in this layout that my photos are a little bit darker, just simply because of where we are in the calendar year. And I like to offset that with the brighter pattern papers and brighter colors and brighter embellishments. So use that to your advantage. And also just embrace the fact that it is a darker time of year right now, just simply because of where we are in relationship to the sun. And that's part of what I call the ebb and flow of life. And so yes, towards the spring and summer, our layouts will brighten up and they'll be lighter, and there'll be more sunshine. I did capture a little bit of blue sky this week, and so that was something that was important in my photo documenting to include here. Just little tiny bits of blue sky, y'all. I'm just like soaking those moments in between the rain. And so all that to say, I feel you on the dark photos, and I hear that a lot, and that it's a challenge in the January and February months. And you can see it here. I highly encourage you, when you're working with your photos, before you bring them into your layout, just brighten them a little bit. Use your curves. Use a color story if you're using your phone. I recommend that app for brightening. Use that curves tool to your advantage to at least brighten the photos a little bit, and use color to your advantage. Another thing that brightens this layout is the pop of green in our son's shirts there on the lower left hand corner. And so it makes for a more fun layout to highlight those pops of color. Use color here to balance the grays in your photos right now. All that to say, even though this is a more gray layout, it does end up being bright and fun and happy. The embellishments and the pattern papers help to balance that out. And so just a little of what was going on in our week this week. The top photo of me and Nick in the car, he had an orthodontist appointment, and the poor guy, he's now had braces put on 3 times. This time it was just bottom ones. He has top ones on. He's had top braces on twice now. And so now we're finally ready to put the bottom ones on, and he's just had a real journey with this whole orthodontist thing. But anyway, he's been a trooper. And also both the boys are in NAL, which is National Academic League, and so they had a competition that week. They had a match, and I included that. And then there were also some lunch dates, and our dog being hilarious. And so anyway, that is pretty much a rundown for this week. I guess I didn't really talk much about my process, but that's okay. I'm going to wrap things up now, and I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here again soon. Bye bye, you guys.